Now, there are a lot of action shows, action movies, action books, or whichever follow a martial art who is sort of disgraced, who goes town to town, running away his whole problem, doing the way he sort of beats this evil bad of the town who did horrific things, and our main lead is the only one who could actually stop him because his martial arts skills is that good. He has basically justice for fist. And once more, cliche storyline you probably heard hundreds of times. If you're sort of a martial art fan, you probably see a Van Damme action movie, Bruce Lee, Jackie Chan, Jet Li, and many other martial arts before them that actually follow that sort of storyline. But that's just a cliche. How you make that still interesting in an anime? Well, you actually understand why the martial artist leaves and the reason why he feels that guilty. That actually exploration of martial arts, understanding why you fight, what's the purpose of martial arts, and understand the character, why he's doing the specific things. And that is sort of hard because that's done so many times. It's sort of hard to nail down. But go rolling the way on the lone wolf does it enough to make it still very interesting because the beginning of the anime it's sort of hard to actually get into it because how cliche, how stretched long, how sort of brownish the darkness. And on top of all this, it doesn't have a high budget, but it doesn't need to be a high budget to actually grab your attention because this anime understand that. You really need to understand our main lead character, Fuji, the reason why he's running away of his own past, and why this organization wants him to actually join this sort of underground fight scene for their entertainment. Of course, before I continue, my name is Rachel. I like to talk about animation, not just animation, do reviews, first impressions, cartoon theories. If I have some spare time, cartoon breaking news. Of course, you'll like how it's going, you like to help my channel, pull like, comment, and subscribe. That's all you need to do. That's the only thing you need to do. If you do, thank you because every time you do, I'm getting close to my main goal to 1,000 subscribers. If I do, I am completely grateful if you do. If you don't, that's okay too. Let's talk about the anime review of The Lone Wolf. Now, there'll be small spoilers here and there, but at the same time, it's sort of hard to spoil that you probably heard this story before. But at the very end, it's all about the characters. For example, how Fuji sort of the reason why he's running away. Believe it or not, Fuji actually was sort of destined to be accepted of this martial arts master who leaves everything to him if he stayed actually long enough to actually master his style. On top of all this, the master's daughter kind of grabs his fancy because she does like him and him likes her. But unfortunately, one bad day, usually what always happens, this sort of stranger come in the house and deflower the daughter's master forcibly, and Fuji came in on the last minute, see the action has done, and lost his temper. He actually finished the guy who deflowered the young master. Because of this, he feels sort of guilty when the young master saw what she did, what he actually finished this guy who did to her. But at the very end, it's not his regret of killing this man. His regret is seeing this woman he loves, her eyes, how he described it, that judging eyes, knowing what he did, that what he haunts him to run away. Even that, the anime does clear that he just said to police officers it was self-defense. He actually get away from him not being any punished because at the very end it was self-defense. But even that, he chose not to because his guilt won't let him. Specifically, that specific moment. The loved one who saw him doing the action would not let him go. This is the reason why he sort of stopped fighting. I mean, he still fights, but it's almost like he needs to stop. If he doesn't, basically let his own beast escape, his inner wolf. Because if he start fighting another person, he will not stop actually killing that specific person hand to hand combat. This is the reason why they sort of organization want him so badly is because he is a beast. That's why he cannot control himself. Every time he tries to avoid something, something always drags in. Someone to remind his past, or something he must do to save this person. But because of this, he does grab a lot of attention of the organization because how strong he is, how this organization attempted to sort of force him inside this sort of dark arena. But even I love this, each single person wants Fuji. For example, like the detective, the reason why he wanted arrested is because he broke the law. At least that's what you think. And this is what the anime does so well. That actually explores the reason why the detective wants them so bad. Because he defeated him. That he wasn't prepared. Even that he was sort of cocky and confident. Fuji defeating him, and that himself just couldn't let it go. Not just him, other characters also, other people who have their own little issue. Once more, not that original. Every time you see an anime of a backstory, especially a fighting tournament, each single character gets to shine to see their flashback, their basically montage, who became the sort of monster, or the reason why they actually fight. And that's sort of cliche, but you do it right, you'll be remembered the rest of your life. And this is what this anime does so well. Understand what Fuji's doing, understand his opponent, understanding the martial arts, and the reason why you fight. Because at the very end, martial arts are built for one specific thing, self discipline. Of course, it sort of depends on which martial art you go into. Each martial arts goes to sort of a specialty of sort of learning a lesson. Also, they do explain little things like pretend on your body type, what you can do, to pretend on the martial art you need to improve that specific thing you are actually good at. Like you have long legs, you have to find that specific martial art to actually help you kind of exercise that specific talent you have. You have long legs, look for that martial art, only focus on kicking. You have only strong arms or long arms, you focus on the martial art, or usually just hand-to-hand combat, because that's your specialty. But you also can rearrange your own sort of martial art. They talk about it, but they don't actually show it. But once more, that's usually the part of this kind of fighting anime. But this anime does super well, sort of make Fuji a very interesting character. Even that he's cliche, but it's a cliche for a reason because it works. And Fuji is also the exception because it actually works. But be warned, it does take a while to get interesting, but also it doesn't take that long to actually get started because they only did me two or one sort of going town to town to the second, not second, the second arc really shows up what is sort of the main story, this sort of dark tournament to join Fuji inside of it. But I love it. Fuji sort of reject this idea because it's not the whole point. He doesn't want to release the inner beast, and that's the whole point of the tournament, to let you release your inner beast. But at the same time, he does. He sort of gets everything of what a martial art is, the self-control. And the tournament is the whole point is let go of self-control, to be entertained by a bunch of rich people who put money on this dark tournament. But Fuji still rejects the idea. But because the organization is so powerful, they give him whatever he wants, even that he rejects it and still force it against him. If you don't, he basically kill you with this sort of parasite with giving you what you actually noticing. And this is the reason why he sort of joined this dark martial arts, even that sort of understanding the huge risk of it, and the people actually fighting of this basically match. Because the whole match, all about people are fighting these dark matches because it all kind of defamed, ashamed, broken. They sort of lost their luster of fighting because they did something questionable, or someone forced them to do something they shouldn't done, but they did. And this is sort of the tournament comeback for them. This is the one chance to prove themselves they are worth the martial arts it used to be. And that is just interesting. They really do explore each single character in the Dark Tournament, even if it's for a little bit, but done just enough to be invested, questioning them why you keep doing this is because they have to. They have to prove themselves for a good reason. And this is the reason why it is good. But I do warn you, this anime is a little slow at the very beginning. About episode 3, it actually gets actually really good. Just episode 1 is slow. Well, episode 1 and episode 2 is sort of the first arc, so it takes a little while to get there. But it's sort of worth it if you have patience. If not, it's not for you. I really recommend this to fans who love martial arts, but also fans who actually has patience and waiting to get rewarded. This anime is not rushed. It takes its time. It pays off. But once more, it's not for everyone. I recommend watch the 3 episode rule. If you never heard that rule, especially watch first 3 episodes, the third episode does not grab your attention, drop it. That's the recommendation I give you. I recommend people who love martial arts or sort of beat 'em up type of anime, but realistically, not sort of Dragon Ball Z over a top. This is the thing that makes this sort of kind of unique. But that's all I can say. I know you do like it, do you hate it? Tell me down below, let me know. I got nothing else to say, just thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and have a wonderful day. Bye.